Good morning class, Sairam. So in last lecture we have done topic potential energy. Okay, so today we will start with some numerical or you can say example based on topic potential energy or gravitational potential energy. So here we have example 8.3. In this example you can understand that we have to calculate potential energy of a system of particles, 4 particles, and which are placed at a square of the side L. So as you can see here in this diagram, 4 particles are placed, like first particle, then we have second particle, then third, and at last 4, and side of the square is small l. Then as this is a square, so each side will be L, and we can say that the diagonal length will be L root 2, because we know it can be calculated by Pythagoras theorem. This side is L, this is L, so diagonal will be L root 2. So first of all, to calculate potential energy, or we can denote it by W, or you can write it V also, because both symbols are okay with potential energy. This W represents works and V represents potential energy. So between first particle and second particle, potential energy will be how much? That will be negative of G m1 m2 upon R, that is L. Similarly, between first and third, okay, potential energy will be minus G m into m upon R, and that R will be how much? That is L root 2. Again, between first particle and fourth particle, potential energy will be how much? G m1 m2 upon R, and that is L. Now we will look for second pair, that is potential energy between this second particle, and between third particle. That will be negative of G m into m upon R, that is L. Then between second particle and fourth particle, okay, that will be minus G m into m upon R, that is L root 2. Similarly, we have to look for between third particle and fourth particle, potential energy between third and fourth. So that will be equal to how much? That will be equal to minus times Gm into m upon R. Okay, so you can see that the term G small m into small m upon L, this term is repeated 4 times. Okay, 3 and last 4. So I can write it V equal to minus G m into small m upon L and 4 time. Okay, minus, now you can observe that this L by root 2 terms in denominator part, this is repeated 2 times. So we can write it minus 2 times of G 1m second m upon L root 2. So this will be our answer for potential energy. You can simplify this by taking common Gm square upon L with negative sign. Here you will get what? Or take minus 2 also common, because the maximum thing that we can take common, that is 2 Gm square upon L. So here we will have 2 plus 1, okay, and not 1, it will be how much? 2 upon 1 upon root 2. Okay, this will be the remaining term. Now we will look for our answer. Here you can see that this answer is given in your book, minus 2 Gm square upon L into bracket start 2 plus 1 by root 2. So if we will compare this answer, okay, then we will find both are same. So this is the way that you can calculate. However, it has also solved its numerical value, but you can leave it up to here also. Okay, that is also correct. Now in this way you can solve potential energy between any 2 given particles. Next thing we have to understand, next topic, that is escape velocity. Okay, so escape velocity is defined if we throw a stone by hand in such a way, okay, like it will fall back. We know if we will throw the stone, then it will fall back. So escape velocity is what? If we throw any particle from the earth surface with such a velocity, with such a minimum velocity, that it never come back to earth surface, okay, then we will say that this particle has escaped the earth surface. Okay, so that particular velocity or that minimum velocity at which your particle will never come back to the earth, that minimum value will called escape velocity. Okay, escape velocity of the particle. Now here we will try to derive this expression. Like here we have our planet, that is Earth, and suppose your particle having mass small m is placed over here. The distance between particle and earth surface is small h, okay, and we have considered that radius of the earth, okay, that radius is how much? That radius is r, or here I can write it, this is earth, and radius from center to distance from center to surface, that is re. In this case, if you want to send this particle for a particular height, okay, or you can think in this way also, that suppose if your particle is kept at the earth surface only, okay, in that case you will write that h is 0. However, if there h is present, then in that case you can write, you can use its value also. So for escape velocity we can say that we want to provide it some velocity vi, initial velocity, or we can write it vi also, or ve also, okay, that is escape velocity. So suppose this particle has reached up to this point, which is at infinity, okay. Infinity means this is just a relative term. It means that point which is very far away from the earth surface compared to its radius. How much velocity is required to send that particle up to here? Okay, at infinity we consider that our potential energy is 0, and our kinetic energy, suppose minimum kinetic energy that is possible, that is 0. We provide this particle only that much velocity by which it can just reach up to infinity. Okay, so at this point your energy is 0. So by conservation of energy we can say that initial energy half mvi square plus initial potential energy, that is minus g m small m upon re, plus h also you can take if h is required or h is given. Otherwise you can put value of h equal to how much? That is 0, and summation of this should be equal to 0. So from here you can write that half of m vi square equal to gm small m upon re. Small m to small m will be cancel out, so v initial will become equal to 2 gm upon re, and all this term will be under square root sign. So from here we have got one formula for escape velocity, that is this much, or we can write this formula in this term also, that small g equal to gme upon re square. Okay, so we can write it in this way, that gre equal to gme upon re. Okay, now we will replace these values. This gme upon re is used over here. I will use this value, and I can write that v escape velocity vi equal to under root of 2, and instead of this gme upon re I will write g re. Okay, now I know that value of small g at earth surface where h is 0, that is 9.8, and value of re is 6400 kilometer, okay, into 10 to the power 3 meter. If I will use everything in mks, then my answer will also come out in MKS. And if you will solve this, this will come out 11.3 10 to the power 3. Almost this value you will get by taking square root. It is also called 11.3 kilometer per second. Okay, so this much velocity you require. So here you can see that we have got this expression for Vi, and this thing is given in your book. You can find equation 8.3, that is Vi minimum, that is under root 2g Re, that is radius of the earth. Okay, and by putting all these values you will get Vi minimum, that is 11.2 kilometer per second, and this is called your escape velocity. Okay, in more detail you can for more detail you can read it from your NCERT book also. After that we will go for next topic, that is Earth satellite. Okay, so what is Earth satellite? From the surface of the Earth we send Earth satellite. Okay, and at some projection angle we can send it, and then it will be placed over here, and at some particular orbit then it will rotate like this. Okay, so this is radius of the earth Re. Okay, and here suppose this is the height h from the earth's surface at which we want to make our satellite's orbit, and after that suppose your satellite is moving with some velocity, that is small v. Okay, here we have to determine velocity of satellite. Okay, so we can write that the centripetal force which is required for the satellite to make circular path, that centripetal force comes out from the or derived from the gravitational force that is responsible for providing centripetal force. So we can write that g into mass of earth into mass of satellite upon Re plus h whole square. This value equal to how much? This will provide centripetal force to satellite, that mv square upon r, Re plus h, because effective radius of the satellite is Re plus h. This power will be cancelled out and this mass of satellite will be cancelled out. From here we can get satellite velocity, that is v, and this velocity will become how much? It will become under root of gme upon Re plus h. Okay, and if your h is 0, if h is 0, it doesn't mean that satellite is just touching the surface of the earth. It means if h is 0 means we have such a height which is negligible. Okay, like you can take up to 10 kilometer from the earth's surface or 50 kilometer. Okay, or you can take 100 also, because 64,000 is very much. Okay, so compared to that, if h is negligible then we will put h is 0. Then in that case we can get our velocity of satellite in this form, that v equal to under root of gm upon Re. Both expressions are correct, however the accurate one is this one. Okay, now if I ask you what is the time period of revolution of satellite, then you will say that time period is how much? Time period t equal to distance upon speed, that is 2 pi Re plus h. Perimeter is 2 pi r and effective r is this much, 2 pi r upon velocity, and velocity we have calculated, that is this much. Okay, or accurate velocity is this much, that is gme upon Re plus h. I will use this highlighted value over here. I will put this value over here, and I will get upon velocity, that is under root of gme upon Re plus h. So here you can write it 2 pi Re plus h, and 1 power in under root of Re plus h will be written in numerator part, and in denominator we will left with only gme. Okay, and we know that this gme is how much? This will become Re plus h whole power 3 by 2. Okay, and this gme is known as gre square also. Okay, so this is the expression for time period of any satellite. Here you can see in your NCERT book also the same expression has been derived, and this time period is distance 2 pi re plus h upon velocity and 2 pi re plus h 3 by 2 upon gme. This thing you can match from here, that we have got that t equal to 2 pi re plus h whole power 3 by 2 upon gme. You can write upon gme or gre square, both things are same. Okay, here now it is saying that we have to make a square on both sides. In that case, what we will get, if we square on both sides, then we will get t square equal to 4 pi square, and just consider this gme only. Then in that case we will write it gme, and it will become upon gme into re plus h and whole power cube. From here we can say that this 4 pi square, okay, this value 4 pi square upon gme is constant, because g is also constant and m is mass of earth, and 4 pi square is also constant. So we can say that t square is proportional to re plus h whole cube, or we can say that t square is proportional to aq, where a is what? Radius. Okay, a is what? That is effective radius, and its value is re plus h. So this law is nothing but Kepler's third law. If you remember, then Kepler told that time period square is directly proportional to cube of radius of that revolving planet. Okay, the same thing it has mentioned over here, that your k is constant. Okay, in that case this t square is proportional to what? Re plus h whole power 3. Here we have used this symbol k. So this is what? This is Kepler's law of period, or Kepler's third law of planetary motion. Okay, so some more calculations are also given. You can read these calculations for particular situation. Next thing is what? That is we will calculate now energy of revolving satellite. Suppose your satellite is revolving around the earth, then in that case this satellite, that is denoted by S, this satellite will have some kinetic energy, and it will have some potential energy also. So what will be the kinetic energy of the revolving satellite? That will be equal to half of mv square. Okay, and velocity we have calculated. If you remember, that value we got, that was under root gme upon re. Here it is highlighted over here that velocity of revolving satellite is under root gme upon re. Or in more specific way, you can write this value, you can use this particular value, that under root gme upon re plus h. This will be more accurate form. So here I am using the same expression, that v square, because here we have velocity square. So I will write kinetic energy equal to half of mass of satellite into gme upon re, or not re, I will write re plus h. So this is the expression for kinetic energy. And potential energy, we already know that potential energy between two particles is given by negative of g m1 m2, that is mass of earth into mass of satellite, upon r, and r is re plus h, that is distance between center to center. Okay, so we have got here two expressions. One is for kinetic energy and second is for potential energy. If you will observe some common things, that you will get that potential energy is negative, while kinetic energy we always get that is always what? Positive. Kinetic energy can never be negative in any situation for any case. Okay, so and if we talk about magnitude only, then magnitude of potential energy is more. Okay, then if we compare it with kinetic energy magnitude, in fact you can say that potential energy is exactly 2 times, because kinetic energy is half and potential energy is complete one number, and this is half of that complete number. So potential energy is double. Okay, or this is half. Either you can use double this symbol, or you can use this word, that is kinetic energy is half of potential energy in magnitude only. Okay, and if I ask you what is the total energy, then in that case you will say that total energy will be sum of potential plus kinetic. Okay, and potential is minus g m1 m2 upon r, that is Re plus H, and kinetic energy is how much? That is that is g m1 m2 upon 2 times of Re plus H. Okay, only then we can say this is half. So finally we will get this expression, that minus of half of g capital M small m upon Re plus H. Okay, so this is the expression for total energy of a revolving planet. Now question may be asked, suppose if mass of the satellite, that small m value is given, mass of Earth is given, Re and H both are given. In that case you can easily calculate numerical part also. Here you can understand with more clarity that kinetic energy is g m1 m2 upon 2 Re plus H. Okay, that we got over here, this value g m1 m2 upon Re plus H and factor divided by 2. Then potential energy, it is mentioned over here, g m1 m2 upon Re plus H, that complete number with negative sign. Then we have got sum of total potential and kinetic energy. So in this way you can solve these particular example also. After that we have one term that is called geostationary satellite. As this name indicates that geo means we are talking about Earth, and stationary means which is at rest. With respect to geo, with respect to Earth, if anything is at rest, okay, or in that case that satellite is called geostationary satellite. Basically your that Earth rotates about its own axis in a time period of 24 hours. So those satellites which are revolving around the sun in this equator line, and they have one revolution time period, or time period of one complete revolution, that is 24 hours. Then you will say that one particular satellite is always be located at a front of a particular given country or given point on the Earth surface. So such satellite who have time period of 24 hours, they will be seemed like they are at stationary position, okay, with respect to Earth, because Earth and this satellite both are rotating with same speed, or they are in front of each other at every time, because Earth is making one revolution about its own axis. Okay, remember about its own axis in 24 hours, and this satellite is also revolving around it in 24 hours. Then we have next satellite, that is polar satellite, okay, that revolves around the pole. So such kind of satellite are called polar satellite. And last topic that is mentioned over here, and that is what? That is weightlessness. Okay, so what is weightlessness? Suppose if you are trying to measure your weight and you are standing on a weighing machine, okay, then weighing machine will give you the reading of your weight. That is basically due to this, your weight is measured due to mg. Okay, now say consider a situation in which this lift, suppose you are in a lift and that lift is falling with some acceleration, that is g. In that case you will say that in downward direction you will not get any kind of support, okay, or your effective acceleration will be how much? That will be g minus g, that is 0. In that case you may experience weightlessness. Okay, so that condition occurs when we talk about the situation of free fall. In free fall, if a body is falling under free fall, that means its acceleration A has become equal to g. In that case, if I ask you what is the weight of the object, then you will say its relative acceleration, that is g minus g, and this will be equal to 0. Thus when an object is in free fall, okay, so it is weightless, and the phenomena is usually called the phenomena of weightlessness. So here it is giving some example in which in satellite also we can experience this particular thing, that is weightlessness. Okay, or some more examples are given over here in this section. You can read it for more clarity. So this is all for today. Thank you. Sai Ram.